Hey guys, okay, it's Wacky Wednesday, and you're gonna kind of hear my little munchkin zoom going on in the background, but I wanted to try and get this out to you so that it was ready for you when 5 o'clock rolls around and you get to correct things. So here we go. It's Wacky Wednesday, which just goes right along with the fact that her zoom's going on in the background. This is Math Minute number 11, and here we go. Circle the number with a 4 in the thousands place. So there's only one number here that even has a thousands place visible, and that's this number right here, 4,321. Otherwise, you have 324, 421, and 49. Which of these shapes is a hexagon? I have to remember that hex means 6. So I'm going to look for the shape that has 6 sides. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Over here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is a pentagon. Here I have 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a trapezoid, but it's also quadrilateral. And then last but not least, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My hexagon is this one right here. You should definitely know your shapes. My daughter is already learning about hexagons and pentagons and trapezoids and rectangles, so that should be one that's pretty simple for you. Number 3, which of the following is not equal to 40? So just like I've done on other math minutes, I'm going to actually answer each of the 3 just to make sure that there's not more than one answer and to make sure that I am doing things correctly. Again, not. They have this capitalized for a certain reason. Which one is not equal to 40? So let's see. Order of operations tells me I have to do my multiplication first. So 4 times 8 is 32, plus 8 is 40. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 5 is 20. Remember, multiplication, it doesn't matter how you multiply numbers together. They can go in any order and they'll give you the same answer. And letter C, again, order of operations would say I do the multiplication first. These two together like this, separated by parentheses. This does indicate 5 times 6, so I'm just going to write that off to the side so that you guys remember that. This is literally 5 times 6. There are so many different ways to write multiplication problems, and we will come across pretty much all of them this year. 5 times 6 is 30, plus 10 is 40. So the only one that is not equal to 40 is B. Number 4, put the fractions in order from least to greatest. So again, order matters, guys. Always, always, always. Order matters. So we're going to go from smallest to largest, least to greatest, with them all having a denominator of 8s. This does help us because we don't have to compare sizes. We can just go from the smallest or least denominator to the greatest denominator. And the least denominator is 2, and then followed by 3, then 7, then 8. So remember that 2 eighths is like saying, okay, I only have 2 out of 8 pieces of pizza left. Here I have 3 out of 8 pieces of pizza left, which is more than 2. Here I have 7 out of 8 pieces of pizza left, which is great because it's almost a whole thing. And here I have all 8 pieces. So all 8 pieces, let's remember, this is equal to 1 whole pizza pie. Okay, if 42 over x equals 7, remember that this is the same as saying 42 divided by x equals 7. Earlier this week, we would have seen it written like this, 42 divided by some box, some unknown number is equal to 7. Algebra uses something called variables, which are letters, to indicate unknown numbers. So they're almost like superheroes where you have to unmask them and figure out their true identities. So if we know that 42 divided by some number equals 7, we have to figure that out. What number goes into 42 7 times. And I can do that in multiple ways. This gives me a few other things. I know that 7 times my unknown number is equal to 42. Or I also know that if 42 divided by my unknown number is 7, then the opposite is also true. 42 divided by 7 will give me my unknown number. So what is my unknown number? 42 divided by 7 is 6. Okay, and I want to make sure that I do share a little bit with you. I know you've seen it already on a couple of the Math Minute quizzes, but because it's a little more difficult to write numbers like this in a Math Minute quiz or something like that, you will see it written more like this, and that is the same thing. These two are the same. Number 6, complete the pattern. I have 12, 15, 17, 20, 22, and 25. Between 12 and 15, I'm adding 3. Between 15 and 17, I'm adding 2. Between 17 and 20, I'm adding 3. Between 20 and 22, I'm adding 2. Between 22 and 25, I'm adding 3. So I'm going 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2. So 25 plus 2 is 27. All right. And then how many cubes would 3 layers of the shape have? Well, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 cubes in one layer. So 4 cubes times 3 layers is going to give me 12 cubes. Okay, looking at the graph here to the right, I have A, B, and C. According to the graph to the right, A is equal to 20. B is equal to 25. And column C is equal to 45. Number 9 is all just straightforward multiplication. 9 times 7 is 63. 8 times 8 is 64. And 6 times 7 is 42. I had to stop and think about that for a moment because when we went 63, 64, I almost assumed that this was going to be 65. But it's not. It's way down there. 6 times 7 is 42. I had to double check and think that through. 8 times 8 is 64. And 9 times 7 is 63. And here we have, again, some commutative property with addition. Remember that addition, like multiplication, doesn't matter the order in which you add them because you'll come up with the same answer. So I can go 7 plus 3 is 10, plus 5 is 15. 6 plus 4 is 10, plus 7 is 17. And 8 plus 2 is 10, plus 9 is 19. So the two outer numbers made a nice even 10, and then you just added the center cube. All right, guys. There you go. There you have it. That is Thirsty for Knowledge Thursday for you. I mean, just kidding. It's Wacky Wednesday. See, I'm already wacky.